watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Well, good evening and welcome back to the Ghostfire Media Network. It's the TNR Racing League on GFM on this beautiful Tuesday night here in Homestead, Miami Speedway, a beautiful 1.5 mile raceway located in the middle of nowhere, just a little south of Miami Beach. It's Randy Pepper alongside Nick Adams. We've been gone, but we're back, buddy. We're back.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all middle ages, welcome to the Ghostfire Media Network. Welcome to the alright Homestead Miami Speedway. I have never been one to give this place much credit. Randy Pepper will be the first one to tell you that. I don't like this racetrack. It's on a list with a plethora of tracks that I don't like. And it's going to stay there tonight, I can promise you that. But I think that the guys here in TNR are going to bring us a hell of a show, Randy. It's not the greatest track to race on or to watch races on, but it's a hell of a track if the racing is good.
Yes, it can be a great race as long as the drivers put on a hell of a show. I'm sure we're going to see a good show tonight from these guys. I know they're anxious to show the fans out there watching the Ghostfire Media Network that they can put on a hell of a show here in the TNR tonight, right here.
Yeah, so our unexplained absence, it's been a little bit. We're not going to get into details on why we were gone, but we were gone for a little bit. It was nobody's fault. It was things out of all of our control. But we're back. And we're
Family
here.
happens.
We're here now. We're back. We're here for the rest of this season. We started our new league on Monday. Can't wait to tell you guys about that a little bit later. It's not really new, but it's new for me and Randy.
Yeah, I've done, I think, a couple different races.
I called one race for them.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm personally excited for what we have going on over there. But we're not going to take any of our looks away from what we have here tonight. Because what we have here tonight is a hell of a race. The beginning of the championship. Point standings are currently being worked on by our statistics guy right now in the background to get them up and on the screen for you. Until that moment in time, we won't have them, but they'll be here quickly, is what I've been told.
All right. Billy Joe Washington working overtime on the point standing.
Looks like the Ghostfire Media guy is working back there pretty quickly.
Yeah, Billy Joe Washington. Good guy in the background. We don't see him very often, but that's who it is back there.
Yeah, he's a hell of a guy. I love that man. I wouldn't be where I am today without him. He has gotten me through plenty of things, all the way back to the old days when we were with our first league here, the IVRL Racing Series.
Yeah, absolutely. From Barry, Vermont.
He's a hell of a man. He's a hell of a man.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, Denson is on the pole with Grenier. His outside right now. That's where they sit as we are looking at. Charlie Harcum was the fastest in practice. So far right now, he is fourth on the totem pole. So not able to back up that speed that he had in qualifying right now. We'll watch him and we'll see who ends up tonight on the pole here at Miami. Like I said, this track is out in the middle of nowhere. It really is. It is a track where you just drive down some two-lane highways and all of a sudden this thing pops up out of nowhere. You start seeing all the flags for all the different drivers and the haulers, or not the haulers, but the different campers and stuff out there. And you know when you see them, you're getting close to this racetrack.
Randy, what gives away this amazing, beautiful place that we call Homestead Miami Speedway?
What gives away this?
What tells you that you're here? What is that piece that you see when you come in here that makes you go, man, I'm at Homestead and I'm happy to be here?
Well, the one thing you notice right off the bat on your way into this track, you see a lot of golf courses. There are a lot of golf courses out here.
Do you also smell a lot of drugs?
You know what? You don't see that unless you go downtown into the old part of Homestead. The old part of Homestead, which is actually pretty neat looking. It's a historic downtown, no doubt about it. But there is a lot of riffraff, to say the least, of this track. I don't know if I ever told you the story. Some of the NASCAR guys went to Longhorn Steakhouse and they accidentally left their hard cards in their car. And when they came out, all their cameras, all their headsets and stuff that they had for the track, and their hard cards were all gone. So somebody
that must have been amazing.
Oh, I'm sure it was really a lot of fun for those team guys to head back to the track the next day and try to get into the track with no hard card. That would have been something. I don't know if they ever made it in or not. I just know the story because we were actually at the restaurant and they were in a frantic mode. So, man, Denson is still sitting on that pole. Nobody has been able to knock him off. Murray tried, but didn't. Not yet, but he's still there. I mean, we see the 55 on the track. We know what that means. That means that's going to be a fast car for sure. So we'll look.
I mean, anything can and will happen. I mean, it is, playoffs.
Playoffs. So Sanchez, let's see how he does tonight. Always a major player here in the TNR for sure.
I mean, he is your number one seed coming into the playoffs, according to our statistic man back there, who's still working as hard as he can, folks. I hear him clicking around back there behind me. He is frantically working behind us to get these stats done.
Watching the 55 lap. First lap was not good enough. Puts him only 12th place. So unless he does something crazy in the second lap, he's not going to knock that Denson car off the pole. May not even make it in top 5. Let's see. No. Oh,
holy moly!
Almost, but Schaefer comes back and knocks him down to 3rd.
Where did he come from?
I mean, that was a hell of a lap. That's
Michael Newbron now on his out lap here, the 56. Keep an eye on him. Randy, this is a beautiful racetrack, don't you think?
Nick, you really have no idea how beautiful this track is. This actually, if you ever get a chance to go to this track, this is one of the more beautiful tracks.
I hate everything
it
about
is.
this racetrack for many reasons, but I will give it that it is a beautifully stunning.
It is.
It's been built unbelievably. Now it's a piece of trash.
For racing wise.
Piece of absolute trash. I think everybody can agree on that. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's an awful racetrack, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's a very pretty track, especially like at sunset when they have cars going around for maybe the Xfinity race or whatever, and you have the sunset going down over this track. It's really a pretty track. That I have to give it that. I always enjoyed going down here for the grand finale. That NASCAR bracket out of nowhere in the number 10.
Holy moly.
Wow.
He came out of nowhere, eh?
He did. Puts up some time. The 51 out there right now. Another good-looking car. Trying to talk more about some of the guys being in the back of the pack tonight. Try to go through some of those guys and just kind of give them some more spotlight tonight, because we know the players are going to be up front. If we get into a race that we believe that we probably will see because it is Homestead, we'll try to go back in the pack and get.
I have no idea what
guys.
you mean by a race like we know it will be being Homestead. No idea what that means, Randy.
Yeah. Well, let's just say single file spread out maybe a little bit.
That would never happen at Homestead. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, never.
Homestead is not a track where it's always spread out, where there's always single file racing. I mean, we have it's fantastic qualifying right now, though. These guys are all putting it on the. They're all putting it on the line here.
I will say this: I don't understand why iRacing doesn't get it exactly the way the track actually is, because I have seen some fantastic races here.
Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong. The only good race that I personally remember from this racetrack is I have to go with Tony Stewart v. Carl Edwards.
That was a great race.
And that's from a Jeff Gordon fan. Because, like, as a Jeff Gordon fan, my first thought when I say it is Jeff in 2014 going for his final title in his final race, trying to win number 5. Everything worked to be in that position where he had that opportunity in his final go-round where we thought it would be, this is Jeff Gordon. This is who he is. This is what we're going to see. And it didn't happen, obviously, sadly, but I think Tony v. Carl is probably my favorite Homestead Miami race of all time, and it probably always will be.
Race. Yeah, and I mean there have been other races that have been very good as well, but yeah, that's
Homestead's
definitely the most memorable.
Lost its luster now, though. That it's just in the middle of the. It's just it's a nothing race now. It's lost its ability to be something that you don't get anywhere else now, because you don't have that championship finale. Now that's Phoenix. So Phoenix, which is an amazing racetrack. You say whatever you want. Phoenix is an amazing track.
It is.
That
so
track getting the season finale is fantastic.
Yeah, I enjoy that. That's another track that I enjoy going to a lot. I don't enjoy the racing as much in person as I do on TV. It is a lot more spread out than you can see on TV. Trust me.
That 100%. That makes sense. I can see that. I can definitely see that. But Randy,
let's talk about these guys.
Let's talk about the grid. Our pole sitter Wyatt Brackett in second, Jacob Denson third, Dylan Hastings fourth, Ray Rogers fifth, Eric Schaefer sixth, Joe Sanchez seventh, Tyler Murray eighth, Austin Reedy ninth, Scott Phelps 10th, Kyle Benson 11th, Matt Grenier 12th, Jesse Prees rounding out row 6. Back to begin row 7, Brandon Banks. Hold on. Row 7, Brandon Banks and Kip Easley. Row 8, Kevin Dillia and Casey Sach. Back in row 9, we're going to have Richard Swaverly and Dana Shepard. Row 10, Charlie Harcum and Daniel Holtcroft. Row 11, David Brackett and Jason Hastings. Row 12, Cody Kinsey and Michael Newbrow. Back in 25th, it's Chris Bishop and Stephen Ayers. 27th and 28th, James Kunkel and Jeremy Gibbs. Rounding at the field in 29th, there'll be Ryan Steenbakers in the number 52, and he's a Canadian. Well,
yeah, we haven't seen him before.
Now I hope he wins.
Oh, Canada.
My home and native land, true patriot love. I love that I love that country so much. I'm French Canadian, so I can sing that song and love my country. Okay, leave me alone. I'm excited though tonight, Randy. This front pack, these top 10 that we have here, these guys are exciting to me. We're about to give you, once we get going and we get a little bit spread out, we get a little bit of common time down here, we'll give you the playoff standings here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. I forgot we have 2 laps here in TNR. So because of that, Randy Pepper, we're going to give them the point standings. Here are your 2022, 2023, 2022? 2022 Winter Series, I think? 2022 Winter Series playoff standings. Joe Sanchez in first, Eric Schaefer in second. Back in third, Brandon Bank, Jesse Prees, Cody Kinsey, Scott Feltz, Wyatt Brackett, Ray Rogers, Richard Swaverly, and Michael Newbrow round out your top 10. Kip Easley, Matt Grenier, Charlie Harcum, Tony Kivett, Casey Sach, and Zach Wilson are your top 16. Event details for tonight, folks. 167 laps. Lap 40 will be stage 1. Lap 80 will be stage 2. 6 sets of tires, 100% fuel. It's February the 25th, 2023. It's 3:30 Eastern Time. It's 82 degrees outside, 65% humidity, 16-mile-an-hour wind from the south-southeast here in partly cloudy Homestead, Florida. Randy Pepper, it's about to be 167 laps of downright action here at the Homestead Miami Speedway.
Yeah, here we go. Green flag is out, and here we go. With Wyatt Brackett taking him to the first turn. He's all by himself. As you see, Denson tucks in right behind him. There's a 1-2 car length lead right now. We got 2 cars side by side with Dylan Hastings with the Ray Rogers car on his outside. They're 3 wide behind him. 3 wide as they go down the back straightaway with Brackett all by himself. And he's pulling away by 1-2-3 car lengths over Denson. Denson has a 1-3. One car. Rogers.
Oh, the 51. He's almost around. Ray Rogers in the exit of 4. Real loose. He saves it, keeps it straight and forward. Ray Rogers, he had a moment there in the exit of turn 4. Randy, that could have been big for him in his playoff opportunity here. And a big loose moment on the exit of 4. He's able to stinge it back down, get it back going straight. And Ray Rogers continues forward now as he tries to gain a couple of spots, maybe get back around Scott Feltz. Scott Feltz says, no. Just because you're a playoff driver doesn't mean anything to me. I am as well. Here I come to the inside, number 11.
Yeah, here he comes, number 11. That's right, the number 11 trying to make some moves for himself. They're side by side as they go down in the turn. Now they'll separate themselves. As now finally Rogers is still drifting back up, and he's still going to be side by side there, trying to get some groundwork and to maybe be by himself a little bit, but it's not going to happen. He's going to be side by side still as they go into the turn. He's up high, and now he's trying to bring it down. I don't know if he's actually running that middle groove for a reason or not. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to save his tires.
I don't think it's on purpose. I don't think it's on purpose. I think he wants to be in the bottom lane, but he couldn't get there because the 11 was on his back bumper. And now that we see Ray, he's actually staying up in that middle, lane number 2.5, as I would say here at Homestead. There's about 5 lanes here at Homestead. There's the one all the way at the bottom. There's the one just above the bottom seam. There's the one in the middle of the first and second seam. Then there's the one on the second seam. There's the one above the second seam. And then there's the Dale Jr. Kyle Larson lane, which is right up against the wall. That is
Whoa,
the...
trouble,
we
trouble.
got spinners! We got spinners! The 55's around!
Chance.
We got big problems. Maybe not too much damage for the 16 and the 55. The caution will come out. Joe Sanchez and Tyler Murray. A couple of playoff implications for the 55 of Joe Sanchez. I believe Tyler Murray is not in the playoffs. He is not. He sits 21st in points. Joe Sanchez is in the playoffs. Let's see if we can see what happened between these two drivers. I think the 55 was just getting loose on the exit of 4. Oh, I think he might have got into the 7. There was some blinking in front of him, and I believe the blinking might have caused the 7 to check up. Let's take a look here. It starts a little bit further up than we think here, and I think it's because of the blinking. Let's move up to the 79 of Jacob Denson as he's making a move on Wyatt Brackett here. And I believe he begins to blink. And if you watch him start to blink, right, then you see behind him the 7 begins to get off the throttle a little bit, thinking there might be problems, and that causes the 55 to fall back just a fair amount. And when that happens, that spins the 55 and the 16 around because the 55 got into the back of the 7. And if you watch one more time here from the 16, he's going to have nowhere to go but through the 55. I think my hypothesis might be correct here, Randy, because after this we'll go on board the 7 and see if he did lift, in fact, as soon as he saw the blinking. And, I mean, there was nowhere to go. Both of these guys keeping it off the inside wall is fantastic, locking it down, putting it in the brakes. But let's go on board the 7 and see if that is exactly what happened here when he saw the blinking in front of him. So he's up on the back bumper of the 35 here. He actually hits the apron. He hits the apron. You can hear the back end start to come around. It didn't have anything to do with the blinking. The 7 was getting loose because he hit the apron in the middle of the corner trying to get to the back of the 35, causing the chain reaction behind him.
It's kind of a series of events that just kind of happen at the same time.
It's a series of unfortunate events. It's a television show and a movie and a book series. And right now, tonight, that's what the 55 just lived through, a series of unfortunate events.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Randy, championship drivers this year, people in the championship, in the top 16, you take a look at those guys. They all have yellow windshields, yellow windshield banners. Everybody with a yellow windshield banner. You see the 10 of Wyatt Brackett. He's in the championship. You see the yellow diffuser. He's in the championship. The yellow spoiler. That means they're in the championship. They are fighting for the championship. As the season goes along here, we window this down a little bit. I will be adding the yellow names to everybody, highlighting them. And we're talking with my guy, my real smart guy, the guy behind the scenes that does all the technical stuff for us. And he's working on doing that for us right now, but it is going to take a little bit. So that might come throughout the evening. You may see that happen. Just keep an eye on it. That might happen, Randy. It might not.
Yeah, we'll watch. We'll keep watching and see if it happens. It's always fun to see what actually happens during the broadcast, as now we do know one thing. We are getting ready to go green flag racing once again. Pace car pulls him off for turn number 4. Down to pit road it goes. Here goes the field to the line. Green flag is out. And on the green flag they go. And we got one car.
We got one car up against the wall there. And there's checking up in the back of the pack. And it's causing everybody to go left, right, center, and sideways.
Yes, they are checking up all over the place.
Nobody went
all the way back.
I don't know what happened there, but there was a lot of not moving in the back of the pack. And the 55, Joe Sanchez, is coming through the field. He knows he's quick. He started in 6th. He needs to get through these slower cars back here as quick as he can with those new tires. He's got 8-lap newer tires. He needs to take advantage of that now.
He's going around errors right there. He's got to make some ground here. Especially if he can do it before, if they have another caution, that would be nice for him to get away from some of that stuff, because where he's sitting in back there trying to make his way through the field is a sitting duck for calamity. Up front, we've got Brackett and Denson side by side as they come off the turn. And right behind them, you see Schaefer shoving his nose in there. He's going to follow the Brackett car on the outside to go across the line. And down into turn number 1, it's a side-by-side battle.
Oh, they're 3 wide almost, going off to the 1. Wyatt Brackett, Jacob Denson side by side. Eric Schaefer up on that 3rd lane. He's going to try to get himself involved here. He will run in that outside lane, but he's going to get shut down there. The 10 of Wyatt Brackett just shut down Eric Schaefer. Schaefer dives to the middle. He's not going to make a move this time. He's waiting for Jacob Denson to go through the inside now.
Denson.
My goodness.
Holding that bottom line, but Schaefer's all over the back end of that car looking for some place to make a move. Right now he doesn't have the room to make the move, but he is looking for it. He closes right up on the back bumper, a little lower than Denson is running. He'll tuck in behind him, suck up the draft. So it's Denson, Schaefer, Brackett, the top 3. And here we go. Schaefer looking to the outside. He looks outside. Now he looks inside. There's nothing there. He's going to have to tuck back in line as they go back to the stripe to complete lap 12. Now he's got a tail. He's got the bottom of the car as they go down into turn number 1. Down to the bottom of the track. Is he going to make it stick? He did. And Schaefer now is your new leader on lap 12. So Schaefer and Denson are your top two cars, but the 3rd place position, their Brackett now has got Ray Rogers all over the back end of him. Ray Rogers, who had a little bit of an incident at the very beginning of the race, now has moved himself all the way up to 3rd. And who knows? I don't know. Rogers may not be content there as he's already working on the back bumper of Brackett, or Denson, excuse me, working on the back of Denson's car. Maybe going to try to take that position. That's the ultimate goal. Trying to make up as many positions as you possibly can when you start this race. And that's, wow, we got trouble. 2 cars are together and they're down to the bottom of the track. Don't know if that's going to bring out the caution or not.
That's going to bring out the caution. It's Dylan Hastings and the 11. The 7 of Scott Phelps and Dylan Hastings in the 7. Another situation where it looks like it's going to be a playoff driver involved in some issues with a non-playoff driver. Dylan Hastings on the outside looking in 17th for the playoffs. Him and Scott Phelps got together. Scott Phelps has some serious damage on that 11.
And Dylan actually started pretty far up towards the front. So it's unfortunate that he's going to be shoved to the back.
Let's see what happened here. It looks like the 7 just got a little tight on the exit of the corner. The 11 got to his inside, and they just made contact. Maybe a little bit of net code in the middle of the straightaway and just pow to the inside wall. Lucky neither of them blew their motors there. That's going to cause instant use of those fast repairs.
Can we look at that one more time?
We can look at that one more time.
I want to point out something in this. As they come off, now when they get together here, let's watch this. There comes together, right, I mean, the car goes up. They come down, Dylan. Looking at the wall. They're both looking at the wall exactly at the same time. Now they're going to hit the wall. Synchronized perfectly. Around they go. Look at these spins together. The Russian judge has made an appearance again, and he has said he's given that a 10. Perfect synchronized spinning.
Look at that. Perfect synchronized spinning and hitting. Gets a 10 by the Russian judge.
Perfectly. Wow. Unbelievable. We haven't had one like that in a long time. Nick, do you remember we used to always have the Russians and the Ukrainians and the all the different Chinese judge would come out and judge these perfect moves that these guys used to do, and we're getting, having the Russian judge come out and grace us with his presence tonight.
Yeah, we haven't had that in a long time.
No, it's been a while. It's good to see him back in the booth, though. Got scorecards up in the beautiful white and the red colors. All right, so Schaefer is still your leader. How can he not be? It's under caution. He can't lose his spot unless he goes in for a pit stop. He did not. We have not seen pit stops so far. 16 laps down of 167 of the 250 that make, 250 miles, excuse me. The 167 laps of the night, so 16 of the 167 laps, 250 miles. Just to get you that, folks. If you're watching us here on the Ghostfire Media Network, it's good to be back, isn't
We're
it?
going to watch Ray a little bit because there is a little bit of blinking there. Sorry, I'm just having a conversation in the background here with our, what was his name?
Billy Ray Washington. Billy Ray.
Yeah, I was just having a conversation with Billy Ray Washington back here.
What was Billy saying?
Just trying to get those stats I want in our behind us in the background.
He always, usually I talk to him, all he talks about is how great Barry, Vermont is. And I'm like,
how great what?
Barry, Vermont, where he's from. Hey, here we go. Green flag racing. The pace car is off, and we are green
They didn't
flag
go
racing
again on the top back there. We got to keep an eye on that. We had more guys hitting that wall.
I don't know what's going on back there. I'm not really sure. Are they getting shoved back there, or are they just intentionally just starting that close to the wall? They're looking 3 wide back there already, as our leader Schaefer's just going off to his own race. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Carling's out in front. The 96 now of Reedy is like a Reedy's motor popped out there, and maybe he put it in the right pinion gear, and he's off to the races on his own. He gets a little wobbly there. Gets a little squirrely as he gets around Denson, and they'll move down. He'll move in 3rd position, and now he's going to drift up, and we got the 0 car of Jesse Prize. Jesse looking to make some moves. Good to see Jesse having a good night tonight in that 0 car. Jesse's had a little tough misfortune throughout the season. He's had good races, he had bad races, but it's good to see him running tough tonight. As Bracken, who started on the pole, now has fallen all the way back to the 7th position. He's into the wall. What is going on with Wyatt Brackett's car? Not really sure what is going on with that number. He's up against the wall again. Wyatt Brackett, that car is just not handling at all. And Denson as well is falling back as well. The guys that were started up on the pole now are just having some tough luck. As Schaefer is the one that's got all the luck. Him and Rogers and Jesse Priest. Looking at Brackett in that number 10, and he's into the wall again. Not sure if he's got some tire issues or something. I'm not really sure what's going on. I see some things happening. We're starting to see some things happen on the screen, folks. If you see that bright yellow thing across the screen there, that is indicating that is a playoff contender, I believe.
That is what that is. I'm talking to him right now, though, because you can't read that poor man's name.
It's a little bit too
We're
bright.
working on it. We are working on it.
Yeah. It's a good thing I know it's Schaefer up there, because otherwise I wouldn't know who it is.
We are working on it.
We're watching Brackett here. Actually, we probably need to switch up front a little bit, maybe, Mr. Cameraman.
There you go.
Thank you. Schaefer out front. We're trying to see if Ray Rogers can run him down. He's trying. He's only 1, 2, 3 car lengths back behind our leader, Schaefer. That number 35. And you got Schaefer, Rogers, Priest, Reedy, and Benson. That's making up your top 5 tonight here at Homestead, Miami Speedway. Now down here in Florida time, it's only around 10 after 10:15 or 15 minutes after 3 o'clock. That's why the sun is out. If you were kind of confused, why am I saying tonight? Well, Miami has a different time. It's almost kind of like Australia. Remember, they're close to the southernmost point in the United States, and the time changes different down there. Homestead is basically the last little part of Florida before it catches. We got yellow flag. What I was going to say here is it's the closest to the Keys, and the Keys are on the Conch Republic time. And
looks like it's Cody
Homestead.
Kinsey and Matt Grenier. Let's take a look and see what happened there.
Let's see here. Ooh, just sent him to the wall. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, it hurt. I knew it.
Is almost again together.
Almost, but the Russian judge didn't even.
We are
finish.
working on getting that fixed, ladies and gentlemen. Our man behind the booth is working on getting that fixed.
What I was saying is the Conch Republic, which is the Florida Keys. It is the closest. Homestead is actually the closest town to the Conch Republic, and they have picked up the Conch Republic time change, which puts them a few hours behind everybody else. So it's only 3:20 right now, 3:24 to be exact, down in Miami Homestead, because Miami is on regular time. They're on Eastern Standard Time. Homestead is not. I hope I didn't confuse everybody in that. Just letting you know why the sun is out here in Homestead. Didn't want you to be confused. I'm saying tonight because see where I'm at, it's tonight because it's several hours behind or ahead of this. Just kind of like I was saying, Australia, they're 12 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. See, the Homestead is on Conch Republic time. So you learn some facts when you come to the Ghostfire Media Network, and I have all these great facts. I know Nick always has some great facts. I mean, he can go back and recite the day that was Vander Holyfield lost his ear to Mike Tyson.
No, I can't. I don't know that. I only know NASCAR information.
Okay, sorry. It was a try.
You did good. You did good.
I was trying to give you more credit than I thought you deserved.
All right, so my friend here in the background has sent me a little letter, and he has said that tonight he is not able to fix what he needs to fix because he is preoccupied with broadcasting.
Jamie J. Wilson, come on.
I have no idea what he could be broadcasting, but he said it will be fixed for next week.
Must be his OnlyFans channel.
Oh! Listen, I have seen Jamie. You do not want to see that.
Yeah. I don't blame you. But a lot of times you don't see their face anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's all about their parts. I actually have a friend that is involved in that whole thing. Haven't seen his face once.
OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, yeah.
Why you want?
He's friends of mine.
So you're subscribed to his OnlyFans?
No, I got a free membership.
What?
Free membership.
Why do you have a membership to his OnlyFans? You know what, Randy? Never mind. Never mind.
The dude makes $200,000 a year.
Why do you have a membership to his OnlyFans, though? What are you looking at?
The girls. I'm not watching him.
What?
Except when he does his things about Gillette, because he has a sponsorship through Gillette. And he's got some great tips, folks. I tell you what.
Yeah, I'm sure he has some great something to make $200,000 a year.
Oh, absolutely.
I just didn't.
If I was his age or your age, I'd have one. I'd be in a second, $200,000 to do that stuff. That's cakewalk. I used to do that stuff for free.
You used to you know what? Never mind.
Hey, pace car is off, and Schaefer is going to lead us back to the green flag. Green flag is out. Rogers on his outside. Again, Schaefer gets a phenomenal start. Jesse Preece down
I
on the
don't
inside.
know if he
Rogers
got a
gets-
phenomenal start or if Rogers didn't get a good start at all because he backed up, and look at him falling back.
He is. Yeah, but he has got a good start every time, so it didn't surprise me that he was out front because he has every time got a good start. But maybe this time he didn't. Maybe this time he had a little bit of help from Rogers because Jesse now has moved into that second position. Like I said, it's good to see that 0 car doing so well as he'll tuck in behind Schaefer's and going to try to reel him in. He's right behind him, a half a car length back behind Schaefer. Now it's 1 car length back as they go into the turn. Rogers all the way to the very top of the track as they come down straight away. And Schaefer that time blinked. We saw Denson, who was leading earlier on, blinked. Now we see
Ray
another
Rogers
car.
is in pit lane. Randy, you said Rogers. Was Rogers up there?
Oh, I did. No, excuse me. I'm talking about.
What happened on this
Reed.
green flag start? Ray
was
Rogers
Reedy.
was right there.
Yeah, he was right there. What
in the
happened?
hell happened to Ray Rogers here on this restart? We go green. Away we go. We go off into 1, and I mean, he's getting freight trained by everybody from the inside. Even the 96 went by him. What in the hell happened to him?
Not really sure. Let's watch him.
Coming down the backstretch, everything's fine. Everything's still perfectly fine. We go off into 3. Everything is still perfectly fine.
1 and 4th.
He's
Fighting
5th now, and
Now 5th, and he pulls down. And he pulls out of it. And he just slams the wall.
He might have had something come up and had to get into the pits quickly, and he crashed doing it. That's unfortunate.
Wow, that's yeah, that will happen. Maybe the wheel fell off the
Did the wheel fall off the desk?
The chair broke. His phone rang. Got
The
a
wheel fall off
text
the
from
desk again.
former
We've
girlfriend.
had that, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason we say
Yeah.
that is because
This
me
is
and
all
Randy
something we've all.
Me and Randy Pepper were a part of a league that at one point, all of a sudden, over the radio, you hear, "My wheel fell off the desk!" And you just see him flying into the wall.
And then we had another one. Took out the whole field and said, "Sorry guys, I had to answer this text."
Yes. Yes. Then there was me leading in Atlanta, and I Alt F4'd by accident.
Yeah, there was that.
Because I had Alt F4 set up for a hotkey on my Stream Deck, and I hit it by mistake trying to turn my brake bias up, and
Oops.
yeah, that's since been moved.
Yeah.
Jesse Preece is getting up on Eric Schaefer now.
He
Though.
is.
Look at this little battle we're about to have here.
Jesse looking really stout tonight. He
Wanna
knows
get
that Schaefer is in the playoffs, but he's not giving him an
So is
inch at all.
Jesse.
He's-
Jesse's right there as well. Jesse's in the
Oh,
playoffs.
that's right, he is. I forgot he is
Jesse's
in the playoffs.
4th.
Jesse, it's kind of surprising that Jesse is as high as he is in the points because he's kind of having an up and down year.
Consistency is key.
Yeah.
5 top 5s,
consistency.
6 top 10s, no wins, but consistency is key.
Yeah, it definitely shows that way because, I mean, we see him sometimes where he's sitting kind of mid-pack, just kind of hanging out there. But then at the end of the race, he kind of out of nowhere finishes, a decent finish. And that's the consistency thing. He knows when to go. And that's why it's kind of surprising to see him actually running as strong as he is here, only 35 laps into this race. Maybe he's just kind of been hanging out until the playoffs to turn up the wick and make things happen.
That is a possibility. Randy Pepper, you're in charge for 30 seconds so I can get some Tylenol.
That's right, Schaefer right there.
This battle is brought to you by Tylenol Extra Strength.
Schaefer starting to now ease his way away from Jesse as he's 1, 2, 3, 4 car lengths out in front of him. And then that battle behind them with Reedy and Benson. They're still battling back there as well. But we're just watching this battle between the 35 and the 0 car, trying to see if Jesse can get back up there. It looks like he maybe ran the car a little hot and maybe ran those tires out. Although a lot of we're 37 laps into this race. We're going to start seeing some guys really lose some tires, maybe start to go a little low on gas, stuff like that. Jesse Schaefer just pulling them down the back straightaway. Jesse trying to suck up 1, 2, 3 car lengths back behind him. Gains a little bit that time as they go in. It's just 0.22 behind him. 0.21 now, 2.0. So he is starting to suck back up behind the Schaefer car. Schaefer is going to encounter some slower traffic up here. We'll see how that impacts his move to the front. We'll see if that actually helps Jesse catch up to Schaefer a little closer. It's kind of a stagnant 0.22, 21, 2.0. Maybe a little bit, maybe closed up a little bit. Actually closed up a lot that time. But it seems that Schaefer is just a little bit better off the turn, and Jesse is a little bit better into the turn. 39 laps down. And unfortunately, we don't have Nick to that's exactly what happened because
All right, so I am back.
All right, we had a caution. We had a
caution. We also have some very unstable internet. Hold on. Are we still live? That'd be the question. 'Cause it sounds like we may have some unstable internet here. It looks like we are okay for now.
Good. It did look like we were having a little bit of issue there, but
it's not the prettiest.
No, it wasn't the prettiest, but it was still there.
But it's still running.
Let's see what happened in that caution if you can find that.
Oh, that's the end of the stage.
Oh, that's what it was. I was so worried that was Richard Swavely because they were just passing him and they were fanning out all around him. So that's kind of unfortunate
it's the
for
end
Richard
of the stage.
It's unfortunate that he couldn't hang on to that spot just one more lap, although he probably is a first car a lap down, so he'll probably get the lap back anyways. And here comes everyone down pit road. Single file down pit road. Everyone going to jump to their pits and get some new tires and some Sunoco roast fuel.
Richard Swavely's 11 laps down.
Oh, that's too bad. He'll get
he's quietly had an awful night. Just awful. Not his fault, but he's quietly had just a bloody awful night. Folks, if you've never come here to the Homestead Miami Speedway, this is the view from the middle of the front stretch. You getting to watch these drivers pit. If your favorite driver is pitting near the end of pit road, well, just like at New Hampshire, it's terrible. But if your driver's pitting near the back of pit road, I mean, you get a good little view. There's beautiful view. I mean, you can see the drivers in the backstretch, not very well, but you put a pair of binoculars on.
It actually looks like it's not really that far.
No, it's not that far. And then you watch them come around turns 3 and 4, and you'd see them all fan out, and then they come into view. But here you have it. Your leader, the 35, Eric Schaefer. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break here from our sponsor, The Guitar Addict, and we'll be right back with you.
Hi, I'm Randy from The Guitar Addict. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out, and I'm going to show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned. That's right, pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically you're going to become a chick magnet.
The ladies are gonna love you. Your kids are gonna think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Addict, 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go to guitaraddict.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitaraddict.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ghost Fire Media Network, the TNR Racing Series. First race of the two-race round of 16 here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Stage 1 just complete. Eric Schaefer, your winner of Stage 1. Randy Pepper, mover and shaker of the evening so far. Who it be?
Let me look and see exactly who our mover shaker would be. If I was going to name right now, let me figure my math out right now. We got a couple guys. Stephen Ayers back there and James Kunkel. Both of them have moved up from 26th and 27th to 16th and 17th.
You want me to tell you who it is?
I already know who. I know who you're going to say. Brandon Banks, because he started 13th.
No.
Running second.
Michael Newbrow, 24th to 11th. Plus 13 spots since the drop of the green flag.
Okay, yeah.
But Brandon Banks, again, 13th to 2nd. Dude's been killing it. He's on a move tonight. He's trying to get himself up there, show that he does have what it takes to compete for this championship.
Yeah,
Brandon Banks, 1 win, 4 top 5s, 8 top 10s this season. One of the lowest incident numbers of the entire field of all the drivers that have raced so far. Again, a part of Drinkin' Brothers Racing, the men who own the top 5 in the points. And we come around turn 4 for the green flag to fly. Stage 2 to be underway. And we're going to crank it up. .46 laps complete here. Austin Reedy in the 96 to the lead on the exit of turn 4. He made a beautiful move to the inside. Eric Schaefer was able to take the lead away. He just ran the fastest lap of the race. 2 laps in a row did the number 96, and he's not coming under competition from the number 35.
Yeah, Schaefer's wasn't so happy about that TJ's team car taking the lead from him, so he's coming back to battle with sticks a car to the bottom of the quarter panel of the 96. They're side by side as they go into the turn. Off the turn, they're going to come side by side all the way. Oh, Reedy gets into the wall. He tags the wall, and that's going to hurt his momentum for sure. But Schaefer's going to just take off and say adios amigos and leave everyone else behind him. Richard Delia now has popped up in that number 53, going to try to reel in Schaefer and see how he does, trying to knock Schaefer off his podium as they make their way around the track. They have fanned out quite a bit. You see the 2 TJ's team cars, the 96 and the 69, running together. And one car's in the wall back there. Looks like Brackett back there. Brackett has touched the wall more than anybody tonight. He's had a wonderful car, but unfortunately, he's had a lot of calamity with the wall, and he had a great run earlier on tonight here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Just watching some of this other action back here as you see that 96 car who was running so well earlier actually took the lead. Really had the lead for a little while. Now he's under pressure from Richard Easley, Charlie Harcum back there as well.
Just a heads up. Apparently, where is he? This man right here, the number 14. Apparently his nickname is Bacon.
Why?
I don't know, but that makes sense why there's a piece of bacon on the side of his car.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, we talked about this.
I thought it was a flag.
We thought it
You
was the
said
American flag, but then we found
Yeah.
out it was a piece of bacon. I mean, look at it. Hold on. Let's get real close to this car.
Oh, yeah, it's bacon.
Let's zoom in on this car. Where is it? Spotter zoom. Here it is. Boom. Look at it. That is a piece of bacon.
Yes. You know what? I'd like to know what kind of bacon he likes. I mean, does he like turkey bacon or does he like regular bacon? You know,
Are you talking
just
about like
pork-
bacon or like vegan bacon?
No, vegan bacon is not bacon.
Vegan bacon is not bacon. Vegan anything is not actually food. It's just plants.
Yeah. I mean, turkey bacon's even better than that. But
Hey, listen! Don't you talk bad about turkey bacon. Turkey bacon's good.
No, I like turkey bacon.
Turkey bacon's good. Whoever's on pit road, turn your car off. The 54, Brandon Banks.
Do you like your bacon like
Crispy.
cooked well?
Crispy.
Me too. All right, at least we're
My
on the
wife
same
likes
page.
it stringy.
No.
My ex
can't do
loved
that.
it stringy.
No way. I can't.
They
my-
like
my
limp bacon.
They love it when I ask them to cook my bacon. Can you cook that black?
Hey, Randy. How does this
Huh.
make any sense, right? They like limp bacon, but if anything else is limp, they get angry. How does that make any sense?
It makes no sense at all. But
You want limp bacon, but they're just giving you what you want. Limp things.
Limp Biscuit.
See, anybody who understands that joke, you are of a certain age.
Yeah, exactly.
Old enough to realize that that happens.
Yes, it does happen, but you shouldn't have
Yes,
that
I
problem.
I don't have that problem. I just know that of
Your
that certain age.
Yeah, you shouldn't have anything to do with that.
Trust me, I don't have that problem. I'm like a Ford Mustang, okay?
I'm still like Ric
Anyhow,
Flair.
oh my lord. Anyhow, Brandon Banks. The jet stealing, wheeling, dealing, number 54. Coming down the backstretch, has his eyes all set on the 53 of Kevin Delia as Eric Schaefer has checked out into another zip code. Or is attempting to.
He's attempting to. It hadn't happened yet. But, you know, Dealer is back there, and he's got two guys really back there because you see now Denson has gathered himself up and now is starting to make a move up there trying to draft off the back of the 54. Actually is drafting off the 54 of Brandon Banks. Kind of looking, trying to get some clean air as he sneaks his nose down to the bottom of the track to get some of that nice clean air so maybe he can suck back up around that 53 of Delia. And you can see him doing that. Any early predictions here tonight, Mr. Nick?
No. I'm not having it yet. It's too early.
Too early. I would say you're probably correct. You know, sometimes we'll predict that, you know, like say it'd be easy to say Schaefer right now would be the one to pick because he is strong. We got a lot
This
of
track's
guys.
going to change over the next 112 laps.
Yeah. So it's too easy or too early to actually say that one of these guys running up front are going to be the top guys because, as you say, the track will change and some of these guys will come alive towards the last 20 laps or so. We'll just watch it and see what happens. So if you're out there watching, I know we have some viewers out there on YouTube. Welcome aboard the Ghostfire Media Network on this beautiful Tuesday night. Or, as we call it in Concord Public Time, afternoon. Once again, we see smoke off the wall. Somebody's touching the wall back there.
Yeah,
Not sure who it
they're
is.
barely getting into it. They're not like hitting it.
if it's smoke, that means there's something going on. You're scrubbing those tires. That can't always help the car. Do we agree? Whoa, look at that. Banks going to the outside. Tucking up back behind him. Almost giving him the tip that time. There's single file. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right now. All under a blanket. Actually, now it's just the 4. It looks like the 5th car is falling back off them and has got their own battle back there with Reedy, Benson, and Capriz. As Jesse's back there trying to make some ground back up, make his way back to the front of the pack. And Joe Sanchez is now in the top 10 after having to start all the way in the very back of the pack after an early incident. And now he's made his way all the way back up there. Good to see that. Dylan Hastings is in the pits. He was involved in that early incident with Joe Sanchez, I believe. Wasn't he the one who was with him, Joe Sanchez? Early on, I believe it was. And unfortunately, he has not had the same luck as Joe Sanchez. Trying to get my memory correct on that stuff. As you see, looking to the bottom, Banks trying to make something happen, but nothing there. And as we say that, it looks like the 79 of Denson now trying to make some moves on Banks. Side by side as they go into the turn, but nothing there. He'll have to back up behind him and tuck back in line. As the 11 car is being lapped by the rest of the field. And it looks like Denson's lost a little ground to the Banks car. 1, 2, 3, 4. Carling's back behind Banks. Is Banks still trying to see if he can find some way around that 53 of Delia? Looks at the bottom of the track, nothing there. He's staying down there this time. Maybe going to try to make a run on him, but no, he'll have to tuck back in line as there was nothing there. Also, it might have been getting a little hot. Maybe sticking that car down the bottom of the track to get the car a little cooler, get a little air in that.
That makes sense. It does make sense. You would do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Randy, say hi to Ross Gage, will you?
Ross Gage watching all the way from, where is he at? He is on the other side. Brooks, here he goes. Banks to the bottom of the track and try to get his way around.
Will he get him? He's going to get him.
Banks finally.
And then Jacob Denson's going to follow him.
And Denson comes out of nowhere. So Delia makes
and the 96 of Reedy's going to the outside.
Wow, look at this. Reedy trying to make some moves.
Reedy's trying to make that Kyle Larson line work. It might work this time into 3 and 4. Is he going to dive to the inside, stay to the outside? He's going to take the inside with the 53, use the draft he's going to get, and maybe try to slingshot past him on the exit of the corner. He comes with the trumpet. He's all over the back bumper down the front stretch. Here comes Austin Reedy on Kevin Delia. Into 1 and 2.
He's lucky he didn't turn that car. He just caught the bottom apron. He caught that apron that last.
They were very close on the exit of 4.
Yes.
And the 96 of Austin Reedy is all over Kevin Delia. He's to the inside of that Voodoo Motorsports machine. Into 3 and 4. The 96 takes away the 4th spot.
Yeah, here comes Reedy back up. Reedy has been running the top 10 all night long, and he has actually been out front once earlier tonight. Now regaining that momentum. But Banks is not letting him go away.
Delia is not done yet. Here he comes. Down to the inside. He's a lane and a half up off the bottom. Now all the way down to the bottom of the track using that seam. Driving as hard as he can off the corner. He's at the corner panel of the 96. He's not going to get him this time. He's going to let him take the spot. He sees the 0 of Jesse Prees coming now, though. Here comes the Hilti machine of Jesse Prees.
Yep, here comes Jesse. Jesse was loving what he was seeing. Oh,
Big loose for the 96. Holy loose on the exit of 4. Delia to the inside now.
Wow, Jesse Priest is just loving this. He's watching these guys race. It's allowing him to get back up there and fight with these guys.
He's getting free tires. He's getting those tires are getting taken away from those cars in front of him because they're battling so hard. And Priest to the inside of Delia into 3. They come real close, almost make contact off into 3. Priest sends it off into 3 and 4. He sails it off in there to the inside of the Voodoo Motorsports machine. The Hilti Chevrolet versus the Voodoo Motorsports Ford Mustang.
In the wall again.
And Austin Reedy taps the wall of the TJ's team car. The Hilti machine to the inside. He's going to take the spot away from Kevin Delia. Now he's got his sights set on the TJ's team, number 96. Jesse Priest in the top 5, and he's got his sights set on the top 4.
Jesse's having a great run tonight, as I've said a couple times. And like I said, it's good to see him running this strong tonight.
Whoa,
and
he's almost going to make
gets
contact.
I believe Delia.
Oh, I think they touched. I think they touched.
He got a full tip there for sure.
My goodness, that could have been bad.
Yeah, and that would have definitely ended in disaster for sure. As you see Jesse down to the bottom of the track and Denson to the outside, or actually Reedy to the outside, and Stenson right in front of them. And he'll have to tuck in line and give us a little breathing room, because this has been some good action. We did not expect to see this kind of race.
No,
tonight.
the second stage has been nice.
Yeah.
Behind him, more battles for Kevin Delia. Kip Easley all over him now. Delia falling like a lead stone.
Lead stone or brick?
Stone. I'm gonna stick with what I said.
Like a stone man. Yeah. So anyways, unfortunately for him, he is
he's falling like a brick in water right now. It's just rough for him. Delia is just going backwards, and there's no end in sight to this skid that he is on.
Seen this with a couple drivers.
Now he's got Sanchez.
Yeah, he's got Sanchez, which, here's caution is out. We got trouble somewhere.
69 of Kyle Benson. The other TJ's team machine. All by his onesies. He's going to touch the apron to guarantee it. No, he's just going to get loose. You can see it. Look at those wheels, though, in the center of the corner. Look at those wheels. Look at how far to the right those wheels are right now. Look at it. He's turning right in the middle of a left-hand corner. You knew it was coming. And then it just comes around. Does he hit the wall? Does he hit the wall? No. What a save. Good save by the 69. That's going to need 4 brand new tires, though, because he's going to have 4 very flat-spotted tires on that machine.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. No doubt, as the field is under caution for our 5th time tonight in the TNR series on the Ghostfire Media Network. Randy Pepper alongside Nick Adams on our first broadcast back after a short hiatus, whatever you want to call it. We were on break, unfortunately. Forced break. We were on a forced break. Not by our making, but it did happen. So it's good to be back, and we are looking at 73 laps down of 167 that make up the race tonight. Remember, we are in Conch Republic time tonight. And you're like, what? Rewind and you'll see what I'm talking about if you're watching this. People always ask, what's the good food down here in Homestead? Well, tacos, of course. That and Cuban food. Anything Cuban food is good in Homestead. Lots of good Cuban food down here. You go a little farther south from here, key lime pie is the thing you got to get. That and lobster. Great lobster in down here. At least not far from here. Just a few miles down the road, down the turnpike, and you are down into the Florida Keys. Key West, Largo, Marathon. All those good fun places to go. As I was saying a little while earlier, he said Ross Gage was watching the race tonight. Ross, thanks for watching tonight from Brooksville, Florida, home of the Weeki Wachee Springs. Has anybody ever been to Weeki Wachee? I know you're going, what is Weeki Wachee? Well, it's actually, they have these mermaids there. You can actually see real live mermaids underneath your glass bottom boat. Fun time, just to say the least. I haven't been there since I was like 6. But I'm sure it's still a lot of fun. It's still there. So it's got to be fun. Pace car is still bringing the field around. Schaefer's still the man on the point. Banks is outside when we go back to green flag. Yes, Nick?
Hello.
Hello. I'm Mr. Ed.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
Krusty Krab. God, I remember watching that with SpongeBob. Oh my gosh. My daughter wants that all the time. Hey, SpongeBob. Hey, we're lined up 2 by 2. You know what that means?
A restart?
I think we're going to have a restart. And it's all you. You get to do that because I get to go do the old man duty. I'll be right back.
I don't know what that means, but sure. All right, as we come out of turn 4, that pace car. That pace car is about to peel off, which means we're going to go back green flag racing here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Eric Schaefer with another good restart. Brandon Banks gets a better restart than anybody else has on the outside lane all night. He's going to stick in second. Austin Reedy all the way out to that wall in third, trying to keep his spot now. He's going to fight Jacob Denson on the exit of 2, and he's going to come right up behind the 54. He's going to get trapped in there by the 54. The 79 is going to take advantage of that off into 3 and 4. And Jacob Denson, your outside pole sitter, trying to take that spot back. And he is going to slide to the inside of the exit of 4. Maybe the 79 will take this spot with him. The 0 of Jesse Prees up to 5th, trying to move to 4th. The 79, Jacob Denson will get past Austin Reedy. Now it's going to be Jesse Prees versus Austin Reedy off in a 1 and 2. And it looks like Prees is going to get the victory in this battle as well. Maybe not so much yet. Here we go down the backstretch. Jesse Prees into 4th. Austin Reedy back to 5th. Kip Easley in 6th. He's going to come to the inside of the 96. The 96 is going to shut the door off into 3 and 4, though, this time. Jesse Prees in 4th, looking for that move on the 79, but that might open himself up to Austin Reedy in the 96 down the front stretch off into 1 and 2. Not going to happen this time for anybody. The 79 slides up to about a lane and a half up off the bottom of the racetrack. That might open it up for the 0 Jesse Prees in the exit of 2. He's going to get a big run on the exit. Going to put that car to the inside. No, he's not. Jesse Prees. He's going to follow the 79 to the outside of Brandon Banks. Brandon Banks in the 54. Falling back from 2nd. 2nd to 4th in one corner. Now in a corner and a half. Now in about half a racetrack, 2nd to 4th, Jesse Prees is in 3rd and clear and moving the right direction on the racetrack. Behind them, the Wyatt Brackett, your pole sitter. Him and the 8, they come together. The 96 all the way down the bottom of the racetrack. Look at Austin Reedy. They're 3-4 wide off in 1 and 2.
Wow.
My goodness gracious, here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Randy Pepper, this is the last lap of stage 2. You might think it's the last lap of the race.
Yeah,
Who's going to win stage 2? It's going to go to Eric Schaefer. Who's going to get third? Wyatt Brockett coming around the outside with 30-lap newer tires. Is going to put himself in third at the end of stage 2.
Wow.
What a move by Wyatt Brockett. Randy, we had a 5-lap shootout there at the end of that stage. Watch Wyatt Brackett's moves throughout this, okay? This is the restart. Watch Wyatt Brackett here. The green flag comes out. He has the freshest tires on track now. Him and Tyler Murray. Tyler Murray's on his outside. Look at Brackett. Go through the middle. Say, I'm going by the 4. I'm going by the 69. I'm coming to the inside of you. I'm coming to the inside of you. Down the backstretch, this dude gained 7 spots on the first lap of the restart. Watch this into 3. He just drives it off in there and says, this is my spot, number 45. Unbelievable what he did. And watch this. Watch it how quickly he comes through the field. I mean, he's already gained 7 spots in the first lap. The second lap's no different. He dives it off into 1. He gets Casey Soch in turn 1. Then he says, I'm not done yet. I want Michael Newbra. He says, here I come, Michael Newbra, down the backstretch. He has all the momentum because of that corner exit. He's going to just dive to the inside into 3 and 4. Look at this. This is my spot. Then he sees the 28 of Charlie Harcum. He says, hey, get out of my lane. I'm coming through. Look at this. Look at what him and the 16 did. They just drove through the field. Look at this craziness, Randy. And then he dives off into 1, almost goes through the 53, says, here, you're going to stay on the bottom, I'm going to take the outside. And then he just drives by him like he's standing still.
Jeez.
Absolutely amazing what he did in those 5 laps after the caution came out. And look what he does into 3 and 4. He gains 3 spots in 3 and 4. And then the 8 blocks him here. He says, okay, I'm going to go from top to bottom. Here I come.
I love the way him and Murray both did that.
Yeah. He goes, I'm going to go from top to bottom. He says, all right, I'm not done yet. This is the white flag in the stage. This is lap 79. This is what's crazy about this, right? This is lap 79. Into 3 and 4, he still has 3 more spots to gain to where he finished in the stage. He takes the 0, and he says, all right, that's enough. If he had 1 more lap, he would have won stage 2. Unbelievable what he did in 3 laps.
Who did it remind you of?
That reminded me of like Jeff Gordon in the 90s.
I was going to say Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt at Talladega or Daytona. Yep. Anytime, yes. 100%. Yeah. Or Jimmy Johnson anytime we went to Charlotte between 03 and 07.
I was waiting for the Pit Road Pickers drummer, Fat Boy, to be on the radio like he was with Dale Earnhardt that day. All right, clear. Okay, I can't clear you anymore. You're going by yourself.
I remember listening to, we're going to talk about spotters for a second since we got a couple of laps before we go green here. I remember listening to Dale Jr. at Talladega in 07. I don't remember who his spotter was back then. It wasn't TJ yet. TJ didn't come around until like 09 or 10.
Yeah.
I think it might have been, no, Tony Uri Jr. was the crew chief. Who was his spotter in 09? Hold on. Let me look. Because I remember this story. I just want to get the guy's name right. Sorry, it was 07.
No, I wasn't TJ yet.
It might have been TJ.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about when TJ stopped running the late model cars for Dale.
It might be TJ.
It might have been. Yeah, it might be TJ. Yeah, it might have been TJ.
Yeah, it's TJ. TJ was the spot of the last 10 races of since 2007. Yeah, so it was TJ. So I was sitting there, And you know how TJ talks. He has this cadence about him. All right. Door, bumper, clear, clear, clear. He has that cadence, right? They're at Talladega. Last race with DEI at Talladega. I don't remember. 15, 20 laps, I think it was to go before. I don't remember if he wrecked out, but I know this was in the middle of the race. He's on the radio. Dale goes, "Hey, you want to see some really cool?" I'm just gonna say it because we're not televised, and it's not a terrible word. He goes, "You want to see some really cool shit, TJ?" He goes, "Sure, Dale, show it to me." And Dale goes up to the top of the racetrack. Right, he was running by himself in the middle lane. He goes all the way to the top of the racetrack behind 7 cars, and 6 guys in the bottom pull out, and he goes, "Holy crap." He goes, "Yeah, I can go wherever I want." He goes, "You want to see something even cooler? I'm going to go to the front now just because I want to." TJ just comes on the radio and goes, "Inside clear, 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 clear." I'm not going to say this the rest of the way to the front. He goes, "Yes, you are. Clear, clear, clear. New leader, number 8. He goes, "I told you so."
That's funny. Hey, we got a new leader, by the way. Bishop is out front.
I love that
42.
paint scheme. God, I love that Bell South Mobility paint scheme. Oh, my God, it's Kyle Petty.
No, Joe Nemechek.
Is that Joe Nemechek? I thought Kyle Petty drove that as well at some point. Oh, no, that is front row Joe.
Yeah, it's front row Joe.
Oh, my God. Look at that. It's the mid-'90s all of a sudden here at the Tuesday Night Racing Series. Holy crap, it's Bell South.
Bell South. My gosh. That brings some
Burger
bad
King
memories right
and
there.
Bell South and Nokia. Oh, my God.
Oh, he's in the wall.
And the 42 is he's doing exactly what Joe Nemechek did.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Joe Nemechek lost his son here at this track. Or it was his brother.
His
Excuse me. His brother. Excuse me. That's
Now,
right.
John
His
Hunter
son
is alive
still-
and well.
Yeah, John Hunter is doing well, but his brother not here. When it was a flat track.
What was his brother's name?
You
know it. I just said it.
John.
It's John Hunter.
Yeah.
His son is named after him. I believe he's got the middle name and everything.
Really? I didn't know that. I know John. Yep, in a Craftsman truck. I do remember, as we were watching Schaefer just kind of going off on his own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 car lengths. That's a major lead. Bracken now has taken that second position away.
No, I'm sorry. John Nemechek was John Frank.
Oh, okay. John Frank. $88 laps down of 167. That will make up the difference tonight. With Schaefer leading the way in a dominating fashion as he's actually stretching his lead out. Trying to make this all about himself. Wyatt Brackett, who led earlier on, running second. We just watched him do some of the most amazing driving we've seen all season with any league. We haven't seen him do anything like that in a while. Where did Murray end up? Murray's now 5th, so Murray's hanging on as well. Sanchez was the other one that made the moves. He started way in the back of the pack and made his way all the way to 5th. A little earlier on in the night. Nick, 90 laps we got.
90 laps complete out of 167. Eric Schaefer has dominated.
Actually, it looks like Bracken may be cutting the difference down a little bit. You think he's got anything for Schaefer?
He might. Randy. You've got a very interesting friend there, the Pit Road Pickers, as your drummer. You got any other interesting stories?
From him? None that I can actually tell on the
There's a lot of four-letter words when it comes to Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Yeah, there definitely a lot of four-letter words.
You know, there's a good story I can tell you. How about the shoe? You remember the shoe? We'll talk about it after Brandon Banks makes his pass on Wyatt Brackett, because it's coming. Here he comes to the inside, off in a 1. The 54 is going to make the move on the 10. And I believe Brandon Banks is going to make that move stick through 1 and 2. He might be to the inside. He's going to be door even. They're going to touch on the exit at 2 almost. But he's going to be clear and slide in front of him. Will Wyatt Brackett fire back into 3? He will not. He thinks better of it, thinks on the long run.
Benson right behind them. Benson had a little trouble earlier on. Now he's made a great recovery.
The 69 of Kyle Benson, one of the best numbers in the alphabet, is on his way towards the front.
Alphabet?
Numbers in the alphabet. Why the... It's 10:14 at night. I'm tired. One of the best numbers in...
Did you ever have COVID? Did you? I'm just
multiple times.
Okay, so I don't know if you know, a lot of people will fight people over this because I hate to tell people, but if you've ever had COVID, it does have.
Well, I'm definitely
for
dumber.
A lot of us, yeah, definitely. It definitely messes with. I mean, I say stuff now and think things now that I never would have thought.
I'm
before.
definitely dumber than I was before. I was pretty damn dumb before. I'm dumber now.
Yeah, the brain fog is not good.
No, I'm dumber now than I was before. That's for sure. But anywho,
I don't remember what we're.
How about the shoe in How about the shoe in Japan?
The shoe. Yeah, it's a shoe.
You ever hear about the shoe flying at Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
Yes. But you can tell the story.
That's a good story. So for the folks who don't know, Dale Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Sr., when they went to, what was it? It wasn't Tokyo. It was,
Hiroshima?
Was it Fuji?
Fuji.
Yes. For the little charity race did back then, Wyatt Brackett has now got Kyle Benson to the inside of him. They're going to come very close together. That High Rock vodka car and the TJ's team's machine are almost going to touch down the front stretch. Not going to touch yet. I believe the 69 is going to get the move completed into 1 and 2 this time.
Maybe not.
Well, if they get together, maybe they're sponsored by Ally Insurance.
Which is sitting there right behind them.
It is sitting there right behind them. I had to give Ally the old product placement.
I
love Alex Bowman, so I had to give it to him. They're going to be side by side, continuing, yeah. But anyhow, they went to Fuji. Dale Jr. had been running like crap all day. Dale Sr. had been running all right. He was in the top 5, top 10, but he used all of his tires. Late race caution comes out. Dale Jr. puts on 4 brand new tires. Dale Jr. is driving for the middle of nowhere, the back of the pack. Dale Sr. is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, they're both in the middle of the pack. They're having crap days. Dale sees his dad up in front of him. He says, I need to pass him. I need to do whatever I can. They make contact. He doors him as he's coming out of the corner. Dale can't do anything because his tires are so old. He's just falling back, driving back. He's cussing him out, screaming about him on the radio. It gets to Dale Jr. in the cockpit. Hey, your dad's angry at you. He's going to kill you when he gets out of this car. He's throwing every 4-letter word he knows at you right now inside that car. Gives him one of the old birds, the old Dale Sr. bird out the window. We've all seen those 1,000 times. He gives him one of those as he goes by. Well, they go back. They have all the conversations. Dale finished in the top 10, so Junior gets to have a little interview with TV. Has some interview with local media. Dale Sr. goes back to the hauler. He's getting ready. Dale Sr. steps out of the hauler. He's having a conversation with somebody. Those two almost came together through 3 and 4 right there. That was rough. The 10's big loose on the exit of 4.
Yeah.
He's going to lose a spot to the 55. And now he's going to lose the spot to Kyle Benson. And now he's got Joe Sanchez to the inside. The 55 is going to take advantage of that. The Ally Do It Right Chevy Camaro to the inside of the High Rock Vodka Camaro. Side by side down the backstretch, even. We'll see if they can complete that pass off into 3 and 4. Can Joe Sanchez? And he will this time. Maybe not. Wyatt Brackett fires back. Not going to be able to do anything. Will he try for the crossover? He'll try, but he will not succeed here. Doesn't have enough momentum to get to the inside on the exit of the corner. He's going to stick in 5th. Joe Sanchez in 4th. So they get back to the hauler. Junior does all of his little media. He gets up in the hauler, sits down. He's getting ready. He's having a conversation with somebody about, hey, this was fun. I had such a damn good day. This is a lot of fun out there. Me and Dad were racing hard. All this, happy son stuff, thinking everything's fine, right? Dale Sr. comes walking in, and he is just got this red look on his face like he's going to kill him. He sits down. He takes his shoes off. Dale Jr. at that moment in time just happened to bend over to untie his shoe. And all he hears is up against the wall behind him, and he looks up. And he sees a shoe mark in the wall behind him. And Dale goes, if you ever pull that bolt again on me, I swear to God I'm going to put you in the wall. The damn jet leaves in 10 minutes. If you're not on it, find a way back to America.
Yeah. Daddy wouldn't play him that day.
You know who was on the jet in 10 minutes.
Yeah, Junior.
Junior was on the jet, and he wasn't talking either. Junior was sitting there being a very quiet young man that night. He learned his place real quick that evening. He was like, all right, I angered the big guy.
You would figure it wouldn't be that bad because it was an exhibition race.
That doesn't matter. That's Dale Earnhardt Sr. You just put a dent in the door of my car. I don't care if it's an exhibition race, if it's the duels in Daytona, if it's the All-Star race. You put a dent in my car, I'm going to throw something at your head. If it was Rusty Walls, he would have punched him in the face. The only reason Dale Jr. didn't get punched in the face is because it was his son.
Yeah.
It's the only reason. But he wasn't having a good day anyway. He had a rough day on the track that day. He was already angry and pissed off and ornery about it already. So, Dale coming up there and adoring him, that didn't help none. That's probably the worst decision he could have made of the day. Jesse Priest to the inside of the 56 of Michael Newbrow. Jesse Priest takes over the 10th position. Back up into the top 10 for the number 0. Jesse Priest had a very positive day going earlier on, Randy. He's in the top 5. He was really battling hard. He just fell off near the end of stage 2.
Yeah. Yep, fell off a little bit.
Throughout the beginning of stage 3, he's moved his way back up there, but he's 24 laps into this run. We're getting to that point where, yeah, we got 63 to go, but is it enough for Jesse Priest to get up there and really battle if we don't have any cautions? I think the answer is no. I think being, 6 seconds behind, 4.5 seconds behind is more than enough for Jesse to not be able to get up there in 63 laps.
Yeah. And really only one person kind of has something for Schaefer, and that's Brandon Banks, and he's fallen off. It looked like he was making some ground up on Schaefer, but he's lost that momentum.
He was for a bit. Now he's started to lose time each lap. Kyle Benson's been consistently running faster laps than Schaefer, but again, he's 2 seconds back. By the time he wears those tires out to get to Schaefer, he's not going to have the ability to battle with Schaefer because Schaefer's going to save a little. He's going to get there. Benson's tire is going to be heated up. The 69 is going to try to make a move, and Schaefer's just going to drop a gear and disappear.
Yeah.
Because Schaefer just fired back with the fastest lap of this run so far at a 35.04. He's seeing what these guys are doing around him. He's getting that information in his headset, and he's saying, all right, well, now's the time for me to get the hell out of here.
I wonder if he's running as fast as he's running. If this thing stays green, will he burn those tires up?
Schaefer? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but I've seen crazier things.
I think the question is, they have enough fuel to get to the end, and if the answer is no, you just split this in half. If you don't have enough fuel to get to the end, it doesn't matter if you run your tires out or not. Split it in half, get 4 tires, use those brand new tires to your advantage.
Yeah,
because if you're one of the guys who doesn't split it in half, say you're Jesse Priest, you're Austin Reedy, you're 7th, 8th, or 9th, you're Tyler Murray. You don't split it in half. You run it to the end, you just get fuel, right? Even if you come out ahead of everybody else, and you're half a second, 3-4 seconds ahead just because you only got fuel only, you're now going to be on 70-lap, 80-lap old tires, almost 100-lap old tires at that point by the end of this race. My concern would be you are now fighting against guys who have lap tires from like 141, 142, 143, who split it in half They have 40-lap old tires. You get 70, 80, 90-lap old tires. You're just going to be a sitting duck. So if you split it in half, I think that might be the strategy to go for.
What lap do you think we're going to see pit stops? 145?
I think you're going to see it earlier than that. I think if you're going to split it in half, you're going to go like 120, 125. To have the time to let those brand new tires do what you need them to do.
We know they can do, that's for sure. We saw that with with the bracket car, how quick he came through the
We
field.
We do know they can do it.
Almost, I don't know, maybe.
I guess it's a question of if.
Yeah. If. I don't know.
If and
watching
will.
really- We saw, if bracket, the way we saw him come through the field in just 5 laps, would it be smart if you could hang on to lap 57 and then get tires and then try to make your way through the field that way? But the only problem is if it's under green, things are going to be spread out a little bit different. I had to think about that for a second, so maybe it wouldn't make that much of a difference. So we'll have to wait, and we'll see. I mean, this thing is far from over as we're watching it now. There's no doubt about it. Watching Brandon Banks all by himself in that number 54.
I guess that's a question for our viewers out there. Guys, when do you think these guys are going to start pitting if they do? Are you going to split it in half? Are you going to split it at 120? Do you just try to go to the end and hope and pray? What do you do?
Or do you do it like I was thinking? Try to make it as far as you can, then get tires, and if you got less than or a little more than 10 to go, try to make up the ground and get as far as you can. Because we know those tires will only last 10 to maybe 15 laps before they're totally out. And they equalize with everybody else. I'm not even sure they'll make it to 10. I'd like to see, though. I would like to see how far they can actually go before they start falling off like crazy.
I mean, it would definitely be an interesting thing to watch and see. I don't think anybody's going to push it that far. I think we start seeing it in about 10 laps, maybe less than that. We start seeing the guys come in. I think if you wait longer than that, if you're not the first guy to come into the pits, so if you're Eric Schaefer or Brandon Banks, right, if you're not the first one to come into the pits, you're going to be the one who loses out. If you come in after the first one comes in, you're going to lose out.
Really? You think so?
So, yeah, if Schaefer pits first, Brandon Banks will lose more time on the track. If Banks pits first, he may jump Schaefer. We've seen it countless times, right? The in and out lap, especially on new tires that are going to be almost 2 seconds a lap faster than what we're running now, is going to be massive for the first 3-4 laps, depending on how long you stay out. So if you're at Schaefer and Brandon Banks comes in on lap 117 and you stay out till lap 120, you have officially given away about 5 seconds, if not more than that. The math doesn't add up to stay out.
The mathematician.
Eric Schaefer just got super loose in the
you
exit
see
of 4.
that? See how loose he got? I mean, that would be the worst thing possible happen for Mr. Schaefer is if he got loose and lost it.
That would be a disaster.
Completely. Yeah, it would be. That would be like Brandon Banks winning the lotto tonight. Is it tonight they choose the grand prizes
I'm
tomorrow?
not sure. Let me check.
Somebody's gonna be a billionaire. It's with a B. What would you if you won the lottery? What would you buy?
But if I
folks?
won the
What-
Mega Millions at 1.1 billion, it's
Yeah.
$576 million in cash.
What would you buy for? What's the first thing you'd buy?
I'd put 200 million of that in a bank account and never touch it.
That's probably a smart thing to do.
Live just off the interest. I'd pay off all my bills. I'd buy a house. I'd upgrade everything we do at Ghostfire Media. I'd probably buy a small media company. Hell, I'd probably go start broadcasting for MRN for free and just pay for my own stuff. Hey, you can buy a spot in NASCAR with money. Why not buy a spot,
Broadcasting.
Maybe I'll go buy a team.
Yeah.
37 million buys you a team.
Yeah, it's true.
I'll bring you on as my media guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Ghostfire Media has ceased to exist as of January 12th. Ghostfire Media Motorsports is taking over Joe Gibbs Racing.
Hey, yellow is out. Hey, there's a
That
blessing in
changes
cost.
the
That changes
entire event.
Schaefer just went, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
Changes
that.
everything. That changes everything. By the way, Randy, think about this. What if you hit the multiplier for Mega Millions, right? What if you hit the 3 times? So what if you get 3.3 billion? Could you imagine if you hit the 3 times?
Gosh.
Just think about that for a second. You buy a ticket, you hit the 3 times, or you hit the Powerball with the multiplier? Dude.
Imagine just having over $1 billion.
Imagine having 3.3 billion. That's what? 1.7 billion in cash if you won 3.3 billion. I don't know what I'd do with it.
I'd be like the rappers. I'd have like the hugest entourage behind me.
Well, I tell you, I would get my damn tooth that's annoying me fixed. That'd be the first thing I do.
Would you plate it in gold because you have so much money?
No, I'd quit my job, though. I'd never work another day in my life.
I'd probably still work. I'd probably still keep my
I'd
shop.
probably go buy my own little business and do something that I enjoy and don't care if I operate at a loss. Because I have $1.7 billion. If I'm losing $100,000 a year, it's not going to kill me.
I want to see how Schaefer does. See if he gambles here and takes.
I don't think he will. That's a dumb decision. 2 tires is stupid. There's going to be somebody to do it that's way back in the pack. But 2 tires is stupid with almost 45 to go. There's your first tire guy right there. There's your second 2 tire. A couple guys took 2 tires in the back of the pack. I can tell you right now, Michael Newbrod took 2 tires. There's no way he took 4. Maybe he did. He was to stop for 16 seconds.
Yeah, I thought he was back. He was like one of the first ones down pit road.
That's crazy.
Or not the first one down pit road, but the first one into his pits. I was thinking I saw that car.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do, Randy, but I can tell you right now, I would never worry about anything ever again.
You think that? I think having a bunch of money like that creates a whole nother headache. I mean, I wouldn't mind trying.
I'd be okay having that headache. I'd probably just play a bunch of Keno.
Okay. Move to Japan and play Keno.
Yeah, I just play Keno.
Keno and move to Japan and play Keno and Baccarat.
Probably. I can tell you I would watch a lot more like, I'd probably, I know what I'd do. I'd buy a high-rise in Boston. And then I would buy, and then here's what I would do, right? I would buy 6 investment properties. I would renovate them all and rent them out and live off of the income I got from that instead of the money that I have.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. That's a smart thing to do.
And never touch the money I have. The $1.4 billion, keep it for a rainy day for when I want to buy an island.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't ever touch the 1.4 billion or whatever it is you have. Somebody's waking up $1 billion richer on Thursday morning.
And if not,
Then it'll be even more on Friday.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how high these Mega Millions is. Oh, I'm sorry, it's today. Somebody's waking up $1.1 billion richer tomorrow.
Hopefully it's me.
Can I have some money if you do?
Yeah, sure. I'll loan you some money.
It's not a loan.
You need 10, 20 bucks?
It's not a loan. Can I have a gift? I feel like I feel like you take care of me.
Yeah, unfortunately, with a gift, I can only give you $20,000 because that's the way that whole gifting thing works.
We'll make an investment into my life.
All right.
Buy me a house. You can afford it. You have $576.5 million. I don't want a big house. I just want a house.
Up in where you live, it probably costs a lot more money. Not like down here in Florida, you can buy a house for $300,000. Sure, up there where you're at, $300,000 buys you a trailer. We'll see. We'll see after I win. We'll see if I would have to throw some money down on these races here and start gambling every week.
I would just gamble on NASCAR. If I had $1.1 billion, I'd just gamble on NASCAR and football. It wouldn't be stupid amounts of money. I just do it because I could.
And $10, $20 here.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, you hit a 5-leg parlay, you have another $2 million.
Yeah. Exactly. And
Eric Schaefer got a freaking jump and a half. The dude's on. That dude is cracked on restarts. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's got it on point.
I don't think anybody's got an opportunity to get to him now.
No, I don't either.
The sun's going down, though. The track's going to get a little bit tighter here.
We will see.
Banks and Denson, though, side by side through 3 and 4. Not really making any progress, or either of them.
Caution.
And the caution is out. Daniel Holdcroft has gone around. The number 4 Alka-Seltzer car. The Fast Relief Alka-Seltzer available at Walmart today. Go to Walmart in the pharmacy aisle. You can find your Alka-Seltzer to clean your teeth, to calm your nerves. Do people drink that?
Battery acid off your battery.
Do people drink that?
Alka-Seltzer? I know people take it.
People drink Alka-Seltzer?
Sure.
Why the hell would you drink Alka-Seltzer?
Make you feel better.
What does Alka-Seltzer make you feel better from?
You got an upset stomach?
Alka-Seltzer?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
People
really?
clean their teeth in that stuff.
Yeah, but it's actually made to make your stomach feel better.
Listen, I watched my dad clean his teeth in it when I was growing up. I would never take it. After watching it, what it used to do to teeth, I would never put that stuff in my body.
You see what Coke does?
Oh, I know what Coca-Cola does to the floor. That's why I don't drink that much Coca-Cola. After seeing how clean Alka-Seltzer got teeth, I would never put that in my body. After watching my nana put her yellow teeth in there from smoking all day and they come out white the next day, no thank you. I ain't touching that. That ain't going in me.
Oh boy. Hey, we need another commercial. I need some. Speaking of money.
Speaking of money, well, we don't have any more commercials locked in for tonight. You didn't pay for the premium package.
Dang, well, I have to read my copy here. Don't forget, Christmas is over, but there's always guitars available at the Guitar Addict, 1672 and a half.
Unsolicited sponsorship.
Just north of Flint. Check us out at guitaraddict.com for all your guitar needs. And
that was not approved by Ghostfire Media.
by the way, if you want to hear something sound really funny, Pat Patterson will be on the air on this this Friday or Saturday and Sunday morning on the Sirius NASCAR radio, as Pat came back from his European trip and got sick on his trip, and sounds a little funny.
Oh, when's Pat coming over here?
Who knows? I don't know yet. We thought we'd have him on already, but unfortunately he came back from Europe and did not feel good, and he still doesn't feel good. So we're dealing with a little sicky Pat right now. So I keep saying, Pat, you got to do me a commercial. You got to do me this. Come on the air.
Can't come on. I don't know if I want to make it back on a serious NASCAR.
You know what I also used to watch people put their teeth in?
What?
Efferdent.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's made for that.
But I've watched people clean their dentures in Alka-Seltzer. Have you not seen that?
Yeah.
I will never take Alka-Seltzer for that reason. I'm sorry, I'm just stuck up on this. The fact that you said people use Alka-Seltzer for other things disgusts me.
It works for your stomach, trust me.
Yeah, it also cleans the yellow shit off of teeth.
It also cleans the yellow stuff sitting in your stomach, too.
Oh, God.
Stomach valve.
Oh, God.
No more yellows. Now it's white as it comes out.
Oh, God. Clean it with Efferdent, put the teeth in with Fixodent. You remember that combination? Your parents in the 90s? Efferdent and Fixodent? Oh. Yeah. Did your parents have fake teeth?
No.
No?
My parents did not have fake teeth. No.
Used to watch my dad every single day. Efferdent, clean them at night, put them in with Fixodent. Oh. God.
We are stacked up 2x2 going back to Green Flag Racing with Schaefer.
Apparently it has a flavor.
I'm sure it does.
Apparently Fixodent has a nice, tasty flavor.
Yeah. Well, you let me know.
I don't have fake teeth.
You never know. You might. It runs in your family.
I hate you.
All right, green flag is getting ready to fly here once again. Green flag is out just like that. And just like last time, Schaefer gets shot out of a cannon, and all by himself he goes out front. Banks tries to put a challenge up to him, but just like that, 1, 2, 3, Carling's out in front as Banks now feels the heat of the 69 of Benson. Benson will tuck in behind him. I got a feeling that's where the battles are going to be, as all from second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. I don't believe it's going to be up front because Schaefer's just been so consistent out front all night long. As you see, Jesse Prees back there in the zero trying to make some moves down the inside of that Sanchez car. Sanchez feels the heat from the zero trying to get around him. He'll shove him up, and just like that, Jesse Prees now thinking about making it 3 wide. And he dives to the inside. He's the only one down on the bottom. Oh, here comes another challenge. The 69 of Benson trying to get around the Banks car. Personally, Nick, I don't think that's a smart move. I think these guys need to concentrate on trying to reel in Schaefer. Once to get around Schaefer, try to move him out of the way and make moves around him. As long as these guys keep racing the way they are never going to catch Mr. Schaefer.
Well, Brandon Banks. I think one of these guys has something for Schaefer. Just him and Benson have to figure it out amongst themselves. Who's going to battle? And then once they figure out who's going to, get past them, or if they're going to battle or not, then I think we'll see if somebody has something for Eric Schaefer. But these two beginning the battle, that battle that they're going to have, is just going to let Jesse Prees get involved. And whilst I do believe Jesse Prees is the third fastest car on the track, I don't think he has anything for Eric Schaefer.
The fastest times tonight, what have the fastest times been tonight? Who's had the fastest lap?
Eric Schaefer at a 33.9, which he just did.
Jeez. That's not good news for anybody. He's getting faster.
Second fastest is Brandon and Kyle, both with a 33.9 too. They haven't done that in over 25 laps, though. Jesse Priest did a 33.93. He did that the same lap that Eric Schaefer did a 33.9. But again, I just don't see anybody being fast enough to get to Schaefer. And why does it say he's in the pit?
So who's in the pit? Oh, he does say Schaefer's in the pit. No, he's leading, but he's in the pit. That is strange as heck. Scoreboard is not correct, folks. Schaefer is clearly out front of these cars and not in the pits. As you see now, we got a challenge now. Benson down to the inside of Banks. They're side by side. Banks trying to hold him off as Benson down low. They come off the turn. They are side by side, lug nut to lug nut. And Banks says, nope, not this time. But Benson's saying, I'm still looking to try to get around you. Schaefer is loving life because they keep battling. He's going to keep pulling away from them. They're still side by side. And still just hanging side by side. Jesse Priest back there. Oh, they get together. That time they touch just a tad, but that allows a little breathing room between the two of them. As Banks was able to secure his position, but now you see the Benson car going to try to work that outside line, and they get together again. And
they're rocking!
They're
rocking! The 69's around!
Oh my gosh. Saw it coming.
It was coming, the 54.69 on the 0, and Jesse got caught right at the end.
Jesse actually got into him before that.
Majorly avoided hitting the wall, didn't get hit by anybody else. He might be okay.
He actually was part of the early on. Watch this early on.
Ugh.
No, watch it. Rewind a little farther back. Now, okay, let go. Now watch the 0.
There's the beginning of it.
Yep.
So let me see. Let's see if we can see what happened here, because I think there's more than meets the eye on this one.
I think there is too. I think actually the 69 got in to the back.
I think
of the
there's
bank
more
car.
than meets the eye on this one. He got into the back of the 54 and checked up, and then that's when he got hit by the 0. And when he got hit by the 0, Now, folks, it doesn't matter in this, but in real life, if what we just heard on the 0, let's listen to that one more time. For all of you who are not, like big car people, listen very closely to what this engine does. Right there. That's revving in reverse. In real life, that thing would be dead. There'd be no chance in saving that car. That thing would be dead as hell. Let's go on board Kyle. So I think he gets into the back of the 54. What about you?
I totally agree. I think he did. Right there.
Yeah, just
boom.
a little bit, and it caused him to
Did you
check
see
up.
The upper checks up in the back of the.
Wow,
the
he was inches away. I mean, we're gonna go on board. We're gonna go on board Joe Sanchez here. Joe Sanchez just avoided calamity. Watch this in front of him. Watch the Red Seas part, Randy. Goodbye. Through the middle of all of it. Look at the 28 of Charlie Harcum,
yeah, I was
too.
gonna say, Charlie Harcum did some moves, too.
Charlie Harcum is also another one to watch. Watch this from Charlie Harcum's point of view. He's a little bit further back, but he sees it just as much. He's going to come up on it at full speed as well. Just calamity. He stays in the throttle. He says, I'm going through it. Oh, my God. Wow.
Jesse's so lucky he did not hit him.
That was gutsy by Charlie Harcum. My goodness gracious.
Well, that shook up the front there. for sure. Top 10 looks a little different now. We got a couple new cars up there. See, New Bra is in the top 10 now. Easley's back there. Kinsey is one of our new guys, as well as Kunkel as well, as now both of them are now in the top 10. $139 of 167. We're finally reeling them in now. Count them down. It is 4:49. I believe that's what time we got now. Yes, 4:49 in Republic time. Lights are out on top of the pace car. Can Schaefer get one of these restarts that he's got every time? I'm going to say yes. I think Banks just needs to think about it. He's going to jump this thing a little bit if he wants to even keep up with Schaefer, because Schaefer's just that good. They are stacking them up big time right now. Everyone wants to go. Pace car is off. I would hit the gas right now. And we see him go down into turn number 1. Schaefer's all the way back. Banks did not get a good run into the turn. The car drifts up the track. That's going to allow Sanchez to peek down there and see if he's got anything down there, but nope, nothing for Banks, as they're single file behind the Schaefer car. Schaefer leading them down off of turn number 3 into 4. Off of 4, Sanchez brings the field back to the stripe, and they will complete lap number 1.
We got trouble behind us! Trouble behind us in the middle of the pack! I think it's the 4 of Daniel Holdcroft. The Alka-Seltzer car has pounded the inside of the wall.
Plop, plop, fizz,
wow.
Fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz,
oh,
fizz.
that thing is de-freaking-stroyed.
Yep, he's done.
Let's take a look at what happened to the 4. The caution came out during the incident, so let's go back a little bit. Happened coming out of 4. Him and the Joe Nemechek car were near each other. That'd be the 42 of Chris Bishop. Him and Bishop were near each other. He touches the wall, and Jesse Preece just, oh, my goodness.
Catches him.
There was nowhere for anybody to go there. I don't think that's, I'm not going to blame that on anybody. That's a racing incident.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll watch it one more time from Jesse's point of view. Here comes Jesse, brand new tires, trying to come through the pack. And just boom. Nowhere to go, man.
Nope.
Nowhere to go. Let's go on board Daniel Holdcroft. Let's look from his gearbox as this happens to him. Folks, this is going to hurt, so be ready. Oh. Oh, my goodness. Oh. That hurts, man. That one hurts. That's not fun.
Like, got your hands in the air, letting the wheels spin and doing every which way. You don't want to have anything to do with that. Don't want to break your fingers.
Yeah, no, you don't touch your hands. You keep your hands off of that. You just let the thing spin. I mean...
I was surprised. I talked to this little kid racer couple months ago, and he was telling me he took a flip in his sprint car. And I said, "Did you let go of the wheel?" He goes, "No. Why? Was I supposed to?" I went, "Yeah." I said, "Don't keep your hand on the steering wheel for all these wrecks." Because no one's ever told me that. I was like, I don't know why. It's a great way to break your hands. So we'll look at Schaefer, Banks, Sanchez, Denson, Harcum, Newbraw, Easley, Delia, Uncle, and Kinsey. 23 laps remaining. We gotta get this thing hurried up because, guys, we're gonna like find out who's gonna win $1 billion here in a second.
We are going to find out in 6 minutes the winning lottery numbers.
Find out whether Nick is actually going to buy the Ghostfire Media Network.
I'll give Adam a cool $1,000 and I'll start paying you $70,000 a year, Randy. Don't worry.
That's a heck of a lot more money than I make now.
We'll get some professional recording equipment and we'll do this in a studio together. Maybe we'll go live from every track and we'll like record intros from every actual NASCAR racetrack for GFM. Maybe we'll take over the Coca-Cola Cup Series broadcasting.
Yeah. Hey, green flag is out. Here we go. Green flag going, and
look who
once
gets
again,
a massive restart.
Every time. Every single time, Schaefer is just a master of these restarts.
He's dusting them. Absolutely dusting them.
I don't think I've ever seen him run this strong.
I don't either.
Tonight, when they say it's your night for sure. This is definitely his night. Banks has nothing for him. No one has anything. The track you can definitely tell has changed. The guys are not able to stay side by side anymore. Just kind of have to run their line, just hang on and hope for the best. In single file. This is what we normally see at Homestead. Lots of this single file parading around the track. Although we see a good battle here between Denson and Sanchez. Sanchez not willing not right now. He's not. I'm not ready to lose that spot, but he's going to lose it. As Denson now has closed the door and will set his sight on trying to reel in Mr. Banks. One car length separates second from third. As Brandon looks to the bottom of the track. But he didn't get down there quick enough to block. Now he's going to pull it back down there. Nope. As Denson looks to the inside. Nothing down there for him, so he'll have to tuck back in line and regather it for another lap. Schaefer 0.72 out in front all by himself. Here goes another battle once again. Denson's going to try to get around Banks. Banks up in the second groove, and they almost get together that time. But no touch, no foul. will have to gather himself back up again. Single file for the top 6 cars right now. 17 laps down. Or 17 laps to go, excuse me. Round 16. Here in the TNR series. We're almost getting ready to click this one off the board, and we'll be 17. We'll be in the next race. That sun is starting to get hot as it goes down and just kind of shines through those parts of the track where you this is a part of the day when you're driving your car and you
That's
cannot.
the worst part of the day.
You can't see the track.
It's the part of the day where you just want to get home and get out of the freaking road because you just can't see a damn thing.
Yep, absolutely.
The 93 of Cody Kinsey is going full Kyle Larson right now. Absolutely full Kyle Larson. Look at that.
Had to.
Up against the wall. We call that Kyle Larson, but do you know who the first driver to ever do that was? Drive up against the wall like that? If you say Dale Jr., I'll punch you in your head.
Junior did it a lot, but he wasn't the first.
He was not the first driver to make that a normal thing. Think back to the late 90s.
Casey Kane did it, actually, too.
Casey Kane was not in the 90s. The late 90s in the Cup Series, somebody started making that a regularity at Atlanta, and it started to kind of trickle around to the rest of the mile and a halves. I'll wait. He's a Cup Series champion, if that helps.
It's 90s. It was back in the 90s. Not Darrell Waltrip.
90s.
It wasn't Jeff Gordon.
Drove a Ford.
Mark Martin?
Nope. Was a teammate.
Ooh, teammate Jeff Burton?
Was a teammate of Mark Martin at Michael Waltrip Racing.
At Michael Waltrip Racing? Who was his teammate back then?
Drove. They wanted him to drive a truck.
I don't know.
What can Brown do for you?
Not Dale Jarrett.
Dale Jarrett.
Dale Jarrett didn't run for Michael Waltrip, did he?
He did. He drove the 44 for Michael Waltrip.
I don't remember that.
Drove the UPS 44 for Michael Waltrip Racing.
Really? I don't remember that. I remember the 44 car, but I don't remember that being a Michael Waltrip car.
Yep, that was a Michael Waltrip car. It was the first year of Toyota. 2007 Toyota Camry, the number 44. It was brown, white, red, and yellow.
I remember the car. I just don't remember it being Michael Waltrip Racing.
It's a Michael Waltrip Racing car, yep. But Darrell Waltrip, he didn't. I mean, not Darrell Waltrip. Dale Jarrett made it a normalized thing. He didn't do it much later in his career, but he did it a ton in the early part of his career. You seriously don't remember the number 44?
Oh, I remember the car very well.
That was like the original.
Yeah, I didn't realize
Him
how many
and
people
Rudiman
actually drove for Michael Waltrip. Because
you mean Jerry Nadeau, Buckshot Jones, Mike Skinner, Kenny Wallace, Johnny Benson, David Rudiman, Bill Elliott, David Rudiman again, P.J. Jones, Michael McDowell, AJ Allmendinger, Mike Bliss, Marcus Ambrose, Clint Boyer.
Actually, you got drivers on there that aren't even listed. Actually, the guys listed are Clint Boyer, David Reagan, Martin Truex Jr., Mark Martin, Dale Jarrett, Brian Vickers, David Rudiman, Michael McDowell, Trevor Bain, Ryan Truex, Travis Pastrana, and Josh Wise.
So this is in
So
the Cup
Buckshot-
Series. Just in the Cup Series. The double zero. Jerry Nadeau, Buckshot Jones, Mike Skinner, Kenny Wallace, Johnny Benson, David Rudiman, Bill Elliott, P.J. Jones, Michael McDowell, A.J. Allmendinger, Mike Bliss, Marcus Ambrose, and David Rudiman again. And then Darrell Waltrip, Dale Jarrett, Dale Jarrett, Terry Labonte, Patrick Carpentier, Mark Martin, Brian Vickers, Elliott Sadler, Brett Moffitt, David Reagan, Martin Truex. The list goes on, but it started racing in NASCAR in 2002. Michael Waltrip Racing made their debut.
Yes. A big debut.
Huge
He was-
number of people.
He's
What?
like jet fueling out of the racing league.
Yeah, Kenny Wallace started 27th, finished 21st.
Hey, we only got 6 laps left of this race as Schaefer's just kind of checked out once again. And still waiting to see if Denson can finally get around Banks. But there is a separation of 1.5 car lengths right now.
I don't think he's going to get to it. I don't think he's going to get there.
I think what you see right now is pretty much what you're going to see at the end of lap 167. What you see right here, the top 10 is going to be pretty much what we see right here. I would be shocked if anyone gets around anybody right now. The track has become so tight that it is so hard to pass that I think you're just stagnant. You're stuck in an air bubble and you can't get out of it. Which is a great thing for Schaefer because Schaefer's can do whatever he wants and no one can do anything about it. So you take the points that you're going to get and you run with them. Schaefer and Banks and Sanchez, I think they've done a heck of a job tonight to further their cause along into the playoffs.
I think they have done a fantastic job, these two.
3. I said
These
Sanchez.
three. Sorry, these three.
Yeah, Sanchez is running 4th. Because Denson's not part of the playoffs. That's pretty wild. He's run really strong tonight. Two laps remaining.
That battle is over.
Yep, done. Stick a fork in it. It's done. It's howdy doody time. The only thing that's going to stop that is if for some unknown reason he has a mechanical failure.
The white flag is out here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Through turns 1 and 2 for the final time tonight. Eric Schaefer down the backstretch. He sees the sun setting. The sun is setting on tonight's event. Through 3 and 4 in dominating fashion. 167 laps, a majority of them led by this man. Out of turn 4 to the checkered flag, Eric Schaefer wins at Homestead. Brandon Banks second, Jacob Denson in third, Sanchez fourth, Newbra fifth, Delia outlasts Harcum to get 6th, easily outlasts Brackett, and Dana Shepard comes home to round out your top 10.
And it is a Drinking Brothers 1, 2, and 4 finish.
The 55 of Joe Sanchez comes to congratulate his teammate, the number 35. The 54, Brandon Banks gives him a little shot in the rear end. The 56 says congratulations. Here comes the 0 to give him a shot. Say congratulations on the win, my friend. Eric Schaefer, your winner here tonight. Well, Eric Schaefer burns it down. Let's grab the number 79. I want to say his number wrong. The number 79 of Jacob Denson, and have our conversation with Jacob Denson. Let's see if I can find him. Well, maybe we won't have Jacob Denson. Hold on.
Is he not in here?
I don't see him. Hold on. Let's go with, we'll grab our second place finisher, Brandon Banks. Let's find Brandon Banks.
He should be up there in Drinking Brothers.
Brandon, it's Nick and Randy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. A heck of a second place finish. How did it feel out there tonight?
I felt pretty good. Like I said, I don't think I had much for Schaefer. He was, I could hold on to him for about 30 laps, and after that, he started pulling away for me. So we put in a lot of practice. You know, we needed a really good finish here to kind of, so we don't have to worry so much next week in Michigan, 'cause that could be kind of a crapshoot. So, but all in all, pretty good. I'm not really good at this track. It's probably one of my worst tracks. So to come away with a second, it's like a win to me.
Hey, Brandon, the car looked like at the end, it looked like everyone got pretty tight. Was that what was really happening out there?
I had that right rear damage from when I slid up in front of Benson there. I really want to apologize to him. I got really tight, and he had a good run on the top there, and he got in my rear, and I think I messed up his race. So apologize to him. But yeah, I got really tight. The right rear was pushed up, and I kind of lost a little bit of straightaway speed there. So I was having to really throw it in there to try to stay ahead of Jacob there. He raced me real clean, so I appreciate that. And but yeah, that's all it was. I mean, it you know, maybe a little bit from us taking a little bit less fuel there. I maybe should have took a full fuel load there that last time we went in to help loosen it up. But yeah, I think it was mainly just tight because of that right rear damage.
Okay. Well, it definitely looked like it was tighter than it was earlier on in the race. So I wondered what was going on. I don't know if it might have been because the track had changed because the weather or not, but that explains it right there.
Yes, sir.
So. All right. Well, congratulations on a second place finish. Want to thank anybody before we let you go?
Yeah, as always, my DVR teammates. I think all three of us finished top 5. Tony didn't make it tonight. Yeah, I hate that for him. And like I said, the other Drake Bros guys, we all ran pretty good tonight. So to them and then Dylan and you guys for putting it on, it's a good broadcast, and look forward to next week.
All right, man. We will see you next week.
Thank you.
Congratulations, second.
Thank you.
All right, let's pull our. Ooh, I put him in the wrong channel. Let's pull our winner in. Eric Schaefer. Eric, it's Nick and Randy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
He just burned it down around the entire racetrack. That was very entertaining to watch.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
How was that out there tonight? Heck of a win. Congratulations to begin with. It's a fantastic event. You dominated in very serious fashion throughout the entire evening. How was it out there?
It was pretty fun, man. Not bad.
I mean, on your restarts, I mean, it looked like your restarts are just incredible. I mean, you just got the jump on everybody every time. Did you practice much on that, or just were on? You were just on tonight. Was that it?
Nah, man. We us Drinking Bros guys, we got in a practice session last night. Put in a lot of practice laps and just trying different things. Between a bunch of us just trying different things with the way we work the throttle, the brake pedal, everything else, and it just paid off tonight in the long run.
Sure did, man. You were. I mean, those the restarts. It was just so consistent watching you every time. It's just like you were on it, and once you were out front, really nobody had anything for you Did the car change at all during the race, or was it pretty much the same way the whole race?
For me, it started out a little loose, and then it got pretty neutral in the long run. Then it started getting like the right rear was starting to burn off the later we went in the race. But other than that, it was. I like a loose car anyway, so it was pretty loose for me. But I enjoyed it. It was once I had the clean air out front, it's just like, yeah, I was sitting sail.
Well, congratulations on a great win, man. Dominating win, to say the least. So, you want to thank anybody before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to you guys for putting on the broadcast. I appreciate it. Thanks to Dylan and all the admins and TNR, and huge shout out to all my Drinking Bros guys and all them. Man, we have a blast together, doing practices, doing races, whatever. And shout out to Reaper Speed Labs for helping me out with all my setups for the open races that I do.
All right, man. Well, we will see you next week here on the Ghost Fire Media Network, and congratulations on another big win.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and that was our race winner, Eric Schaefer. So, Randy, there's one thing left to do here tonight.
What's left?
There it is.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
Finishing results. Winner,
Yes,
Eric
okay.
Schaefer. Second, Brandon Banks. Third, Jacob Denson. Fourth, Joe Sanchez. Fifth, Michael Newbrow. Sixth, Kevin Delia. Seventh, Charlie Harcum. Eighth, Kip Easley. Ninth, David Brackett. 10th, Dana Shepard. 11th, Jesse Prees. 12th, Jeremy Gibbs. 13th, Chris Bishop. 14th, Cody Kinsey. 15th, Casey Sotch. 16th, James Kunkel. 17th, Jason Hastings. 18th, Stephen Ayers Jr. Back in 19th. 19th, Matt Grenier. 20th, Richard Swaverly. 21st, Kyle Benson. 22nd, Daniel Holdcroft. 23rd, Austin Reedy. 24th, Wyatt Brackett. 25th, Tyler Murray. 26th, Scott Phelps. 27th, Ray Rogers. 28th, Dylan Hastings. And 29th, Ryan Steenbakers. Before I allow Randy Pepper to read us out here tonight, we have an announcement.
You won the lottery?
No.
Oh.
Do you want the numbers? Did you buy a ticket?
No. I have a ticket.
All right, here's the numbers. You ready?
Hold on. Let me write it down. Hold on.
Hold on, the results are
Wait,
pending.
I gotta find out because my Ovaltine.
Never mind. The results are pending. The website won't even show me the numbers. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
We have an announcement.
Yes, our announcement. Okay, come on, hurry up.
Beginning on Monday, January the 16th, here on Ghost Fire Media, the North-South Racing League Street Stock Series presented by Track Time Entertainment, J&G Hardwood Flooring, Kelly's Custom Engraving, RC2 Promotions, and 5 Star Realty Group. I'm sorry. CSW and SSS returns to the Ghost Fire Media Network for Season 7. 9 p.m. EST every Monday here on the Ghost Fire Media Network. It'll be me and Randy Pepper calling the action, replacing Josh and Adam for the North-South Racing League. Randy, I don't know about you. I'm excited for Street Stocks. It's where we kind of got our start. It's where it's where me and you met. I'm stoked for this. I think what we're going to be able to do with the NSRL Street Stock Series is going to be amazing.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Next Monday. Guys, it's 6 days away. Next Monday, you get a new look Ghost Fire Media because I've built a totally new layout. Well, not totally new, but kind of new for the NSRL. Different colorings. It looks a little different. It's a little modernized. There are some things that are done differently. There's video packages. Yes, I said video packages. I'm excited. I can't wait. This may very well be me and Randy's last season doing broadcasting.
It could be.
So if it is,
we never know.
if it is, we're going to go out with a bang. Because I don't know if I'm returning again in March. This is 13 weeks, January to March. New Smyrna Speedway, January the 16th, 2023. Mark it on your calendars, 9 p.m. EST. We will open the broadcast at 8:30. We'll be doing a half-hour pre-race show for the NSRL. The NSRL guys are fantastic. They bring us unbelievable, amazing, ridiculous amounts of stats to bring you guys. These guys make our job, we have worked with a lot of people in the sim racing community, and by far they make our jobs the easiest. TNR has done an amazing job of making our lives easier, but I have never met a group of people who have put so much effort into just giving us stuff, like throwing an overload of information at us to get done. And I'm excited.
Yeah, and starting out at my home track.
New Smyrna Raceway.
I spent 4 years up in the booth there, so this is like going home. So
it's like going home for Randy Pepper. Folks, this is something that we've never done before, right? Like, me and Randy have never done a short track series. So just to tell you about some of the tracks that we're going to get. New Smyrna, Southern National, Speedway, the Speedway USA, the Bull Ring, North Wilkesboro, Lucas Oil, Concord, Irwindale, Lanier, Thompson, and so many more. 2 showdown events, February the 20th, March the 10th, 2 events you can't miss. But I am so excited for everything, and those guys have done so many good things over at NSRL. We've had some amazing broadcasts with Ghost Fire Media with them so far. I'm so excited to be able to say that partnership continues. Man, I'm stoked.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, man.
I can't wait for street stocks. Yeah. Street stocks are gonna be great.
Yeah, should be a lot of battling.
But
a lot of fun battling.
With that being said, it's now 11:20. Randy's old. I'm getting there.
Randy's been up since about 6 o'clock.
I've been up since 5:30, so I feel you. I feel you, brother. Randy Pepper, read us out.
All right, folks, you've been watching Racing in the TNR series on Ghost Fire Media Network. He is Nick Adams. I'm Randy Pepper. Remember to check out GuitarAddict.com for all your guitar needs. And from the great state of Florida, so long from the Sunshine State.
Bye-bye now!
Thank you for watching iRacing on the Ghost Fire Media Network.